I want to have both cycled and sailed the length of Japan during cherry blossom season. So whether or not I'm the first to do it, the fact is I will have done it. Wish me luck. Pacific solo was a challenge to cross the North Pacific solo before I was 70 years old. I made that announcement 5 years ago when I was 64. I'm now 69. And part of that involved me getting a boat, learning how to sail her, getting sailing experience, and prepping the boat and myself for the passage. And there have been certain mitigating circumstances along the way. I won't bore you with the details, issues to do with legalities on the boat, my personal condition as well. I'll point to different other videos you can watch if you're interested in that. But I had to abandon that fully earlier this year and realized I cannot do that. I've been wondering what to do because I've learned to love living on the water on board my boat Wahine, and I'm invigorated by life on the sea. I enjoy exploring Japan, and so many of my followers follow me because I'm exploring Japan. Japan is in my heart, and it's my adopted country. My last big challenge was in the year 2000. I thought, wouldn't it be great to cycle the length of Japan during cherry blossom season? Because that's when the Japanese come out and it's not just beautiful to see aesthetically, but also it's a party time in Japan, and it's a time of new beginnings as well. It's a very spiritual time in a social, non-religious kind of way. And so I talked to my publisher in Oxford, England. They agreed to commission me to write a book. So I rode my bike for 6 weeks, following the cherry blossom window has advanced up Japan. It was wonderful. Riding and writing every day was a subsequent book in English and Japanese called Chasing the Cherry Blossom. But it was a challenge that I had dreamt about for 2 years before. I planned it, I fretted it, so many things I had to learn, and it was invigorating and life transforming that I did this challenge. So ever since I did that challenge, nothing gripped me like that Chasing the Cherry Blossom bike ride until I rediscovered sailing and got my boat license. And by realizing that dream of getting a boat and sailing on her, then I came up with this big goal. Okay, I'm going to cross the Pacific by myself before I'm 70. So a lot of my dream has been realized, but that singular goal, I have failed at realizing that. I've resigned to the fact I cannot. I failed, and I'm moving on. And I've been in the doldrums for a good chunk of this year, wondering what to do. And now I know what I want to do. It's fired me up again, and I think I may be the first person to do it. And it's this. I want to have both cycled and sailed the length of Japan during cherry blossom season and experienced the wonders of what happens in society and along Japan's coastlines during this wonderful time of year. So I've already done it cycling, although I haven't cycled the Okinawa part. So I'm going to do that on bicycle before I leave Okinawa next January, February. But now I want to sail the entire length of Japan during that season, which happenstance is that it just is a good time to be sailing, particularly on the Japan Sea side. So that's my plan. I'm going to sail up the coast of Japan next spring from Okinawa to Hokkaido during cherry blossom season. But before I do that, I've got to do some boat projects, and Wahine's behind me. She needs a new paint job. I want to redo her plumbing, replace the Dodger and Bimini, do some other stuff. I'm putting on new Dyneema life lines right now as well. So there's many projects to do, but that's what I'm intending. However, there's one hitch, and that is Wahine is for sale. And she's been on sale for a few months because I realized that sailing single-handed, I have done it. I can do it, but increasingly with age, I think I want something a bit more nimble. So She's up for sale, and in fact, I'm prepping the boat right now because I have two potential buyers interested. One is coming next week from Kansai area, and he's coming to do a boat inspection and possibly a sea trial too. So I'm not desperate to sell her. I will sell her at a fair and reasonable price, in which case I will then go and buy or borrow another boat, or I'll hitchhike on other people's boats and go up that wonderful coastline on the west coast of Japan, which I've cycled, and it is stunning. There's key places I want to go to that I'll kind of tick boxes as well. One will be I'll be able to sail to my final prefecture. I've been to them all, bar one, Shimane, and I've got friends now moving to Shimane with their boat, and so I'm going to be able to tick that box. I want to see the granite cliffs of the Northern Alps that fall into the sea, which I've ridden by bicycle, and that's where I discovered Englishman called Walter Weston, who is the father of mountaineering in Japan, and he actually started the Japan Alpine Society. Every year there's a festival in his name that marks the start of the mountain climbing season, and I discovered him on an abandoned road on top of these 300-foot granite cliffs where literally the mountains spill into the sea, and there's a statue of him with his back to the sea looking up into the mountains. And I was captivated by this man's story and this man's stance. Most people that get to the seaside, they look out at the horizon of the ocean. No, this man was in love with mountains. And so I'm going to sail right past those granite cliffs, and then I will go to Noto Peninsula where the earthquake was, which I had to skip cycling. I didn't quite do that finger of land. Then I want to visit Sado Island, and then make my way up to Hokkaido. And when I get to Hokkaido, who knows, I may just decide to do a complete loop and do Hokkaido as well, and then loop back around to Tokyo, where all this started 3 years ago. So that's my plan, to have cycled and sailed the length of Japan following the cherry blossom front. I've also cycled around Japan with my dog as well, Skyly, and we did almost 5,000 kilometers together in stages around Honshu. And so I've seen so much of the Japanese coastline, and I love it. And part of my passion here is I love my adopted homeland. I'm glad more and more cruisers are coming here. That's me. I've got a goal that is both achievable legally, because my boat is a Japanese vessel, so I don't have to go through lots of hoops trying to figure out how I can escape Japanese waters. And also it's okay in terms of my health condition, because I'll be on 3 to 5 day passages at time, I'll be close enough to land, and then who knows after that what I will do. We will see. So thanks for watching. Over and out. Remember, it's never too